Hello and welcome to Fit and Healthy Sioux Falls. This show is dedicated to busy men and women just like you that are looking to get amazing fitness and fat loss results, and you live in the Sioux Falls and the surrounding area. In this show, we're going to bring you the info and the knowledge that you need to make your results become reality. So go ahead and tune in every single week as we bring you exactly what you need to reach the success that you're after. Let's dive in to today's episode. All right, what is going on? Welcome to the Fit and Healthy Sioux Falls podcast. So excited that you are here for episode 2. And I'm really excited to dive in today because we are going to be talking all about taking imperfect action. And the whole reason that episode 2 came about in this fashion was, I'll be honest, I was not taking any action because I was afraid to take imperfect action, and I was waiting to take perfect action. And really, this relates so well to health and fitness and to the journey that is in that process, because the truth is that you don't need to wait for everything in your life to be lined up perfectly before you start taking action. And so we're going to be diving in today, really talking about what was holding me back, why I wasn't taking the action that I knew I should be taking to really get this podcast launched and on the road and really delivered to you. And I'm going to relate that to a lot of maybe why you're not taking the action that you know that you should be taking when it comes to making that next step happen towards achieving the goals, the desires, and the results that you have when it comes to your health and fitness journey. And so I want to talk to you real quick about this podcast, because if you watched the first episode, that episode was obviously shot with me, and I had a microphone in front of me, and I had that what are they even called? Headphones on. Well, that was the first episode. And that was kind of also me taking imperfect action, because eventually, friend, we actually plan to have a whole little studio space kind of built out that I can use to record these episodes, that I can invite the guests in and really have a comfortable environment while we're shooting the show for you. But I wanted to get the first one off the ground, and it kind of goes back even further than that. So if any of you know much about me, obviously I own FitBody here in Sioux Falls. I've got 2 locations. And at our central location, which is located about 43rd in Duluth, like 41st and Minnesota Avenue here in town, there's a little building next to our central location. And I took that building over close to the Q4, beginning of Q4 in 2022. I took that building over, and at first glance, I thought, oh, this will be super perfect. I'll be able to get in here. I've got 3 months, the whole quarter, to start getting episodes done, shot, recorded, filmed, get guests in here. And then as we started going and digging into it, next thing you know, we started a build-out process. And the build-out process ended up taking way more time than I imagined. And I'm just doing it on my own with a good buddy of mine. Got to give a good shout out to Mick. Man, I do not know what I would do without Mick. He has helped me in really making FitBody look the way that it looks today, because he has always been there for me, and he always tells me when things need to be sprucened up and look a little better for our clients. And so he is not only my best friend, but he's a handyman, and he is just an amazing guy and just does amazing work. And so him and I on Fridays have been working on what will be eventually the Fit and Healthy building. And so we've been working on building that out. I'm going to have my office over there, and that podcast room is going to be there. And of course, like, it can't just be a couple sheets of wood thrown up and nailed together. That's probably the level in which I would do it, because my handyman and craftiness skills there are like zero. To Mick, though, he's got very great attention to detail, and we are going to get this thing built out in a way where when we're said and done, we're both very happy with the finished product. So we work on it on Fridays, and it's taking us a while, and we're digging in more and more to really get this old building really up to nice standards. And What happened though is that through that process, the building's not ready for me to sit down and record episodes. And so actually by here right now recording this episode, I'm in my current office and I'm just recording it honestly on Zoom because all of the gear that I have bought and have purchased to really make this podcast what I have vision for it to be, it's over in the building next door. And so I was using that as an excuse to not just use the resources that I have at hand to get this thing launched and get this out to the people. And so I sat down and I told myself, you know what? I want to get this thing launched Q2 of 2023. And no matter what happens, we're going to do it. And so I just reached out to actually another cool little info piece about this podcast. I've got my cousin on the back end. He's actually helping me kind of source and put together all the files, the audio, the video, the logos, and really helping it get kind of distributed to where it goes. Because if I'm being real honest, I have zero clue on how to make all that stuff happen. But I just know that there's good knowledge, there's good info, and there's good nuggets that need to get out to the audience. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just use what I have at hand. I'm going to shoot episode 2. Is it going to be perfect? No, but it's going to get the ball rolling. And as we get the ball rolling, we can then tweak and course correct along the way to really then dial in to make this exactly what it's going to be. And that got me thinking, that relates so much to the health and fitness journey that so many people are on. Because when it comes to health and fitness, we think that we have to have our workouts exactly scheduled, planned, and know exactly what we're going to do on what days. We have to have the right workout gear. We have to have the right shorts, the right shoes, the right tops. We have to make sure that we have the right water bottles and the right supplements and the right meal planning. All these things have to be in place before we start our health and fitness journey. And that is so far from the truth, but it seems to hinder a lot of people. And it actually has many times in my life hindered myself. And at FitBody, when we're working with a lot of our clients, we realize that that actually hinders a lot of them also. And so I want to talk to you about just that. I want to talk to you about how you don't need everything lined up perfect to be able to take action and to be able to start working towards the best version of yourself, no matter where you're at. Maybe you're years into your fitness journey, or maybe you're on the couch or listening to this or watching this somewhere where you're thinking about starting a health and fitness journey. And the thing of it is, if you're thinking about starting, you've already won the first battle, which is even thinking about it. And what you need to do is just take an inventory of like, what do you have currently at your disposal to be able to start working out? And one thing I know about what we do at FitBody, like I know that our gym, FitBody Bootcamp, I know that we're a little more expensive than the average gym. And I know that not everybody can afford to come to FitBody, but I don't think that that should be something that stops you from pursuing your health and fitness journey. You know, I want you to look, what can you do now? Can you do something at home? Can you do some squats, sit-ups, push-ups, all movements that don't take any equipment, that don't take any special facility or any special place, but you can do them right at your house. You can do them before work, after work. It doesn't matter the time of day, and you could get those done. Now, that's obviously on the more of the fitness side of things, but let's look at more of like the nutrition side of things. Obviously, health and fitness, nutrition is very important. And getting your nutrition dialed in to a point where you're making sure that you're eating all the nutrients that are going to move you towards your health and fitness goal, like, yeah, that plays a part in it. But in the beginning, what do you have, again, that you can just start working on to move towards that desired outcome that you have? For example, your hydration. How much water do you get in every single day? Are you drinking enough water? And many times the answer is no, you're not. And so could you maybe just start drinking more water today than you did yesterday? And just for your info, if you don't know this, you should be shooting to get half of your body weight in ounces of water every single day. So for ease of math, if you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water. If you weigh 100 pounds, you should be drinking 50 ounces of water. And so now that you have that knowledge, and obviously you're thinking about starting this health and fitness journey, just start there. Like, I'm going to start getting in half my body weight in ounces of water. And also, when it comes to working out, you don't have to work out 7 days a week. You can work out 3 or 4 days a week. So look and make sure that you're setting yourself up and just taking action towards the goal that you have. Because one thing that will stop you and make you fail faster than anything, that's simply not starting. That is simply having this idea, having this want, having this thought of wanting to go out there, do something, make a change in your life, but then never taking action, never taking that first step. And a lot of times, that first step is the scariest step. And I can tell you, as it relates to this right here podcast, I have wanted to start and launch a podcast for our community for so long. But then all the different fears and doubts, they go in your head. What if I don't say the right thing? What if I don't have info that people actually want to hear? How do I video it? How do I get the sound quality to be right? How do I upload it? How do I get it onto the iTunes and the Spotify and all the different platforms, right? All those things. It's like this weight, it just hits you. And then that fear, that doubt, that uncertainty, it stops you in your tracks. And so if you're having any fear, any doubt, any uncertainty about what it is that you should do in order to reach the desired outcome that you want to achieve, I want to encourage you right here today, just take that first step, no matter what it is, even if it's the wrong step. Because, and the funny thing of it is, like, I am such a believer in just taking imperfect action, and I've done it so many times in my life. But here I am trying to get this podcast going, and I actually fell into that same fear and doubt and uncertainty mindset myself. And I'm like, man, if I basically call it preach this stuff to our clients and to my team and to those people that I am leading, if I fall into this thing, I know so many others are falling into the fear, the doubt, the uncertainty. I'm like, that's perfect. That is perfect right there. That's going to be episode 2. I'm going to shoot this episode. I'm going to do it on Zoom because that's right now what I have at my disposal. And I'll be honest, I got a hold of the guy and he's like, you need this camera, and you need this microphone, you need these microphone stands, and this is how you're going to hook it up. And I bought all the stuff and I got it all, but I don't even know how to use it, but I have it. And I'll have to learn that as we go too. But right now, what I know, what I have, and what I know how to use is this Zoom platform where I can get on here and it records me on my computer. I got my earbuds in so you guys can hear me. Is the sound quality perfect? Probably not. Can it be better? Probably yes. But you know what? We're getting it done. And so I want that to be encouragement to you, that no matter where you're at, take that first step. Is it, like I said, getting that water in? Is it just going and getting a workout in? And there are so many things. And one thing I really want to encourage you to do if you're looking to start a health and fitness journey, I want you just to like think to yourself, who in your life do you know that maybe you're close to, that when it comes to health and fitness and the journey that they're on, that maybe you admire? And I want you to start thinking to yourself, like, what does that person do? And the reason I want you to think about what that person does is because then what that's going to do is start thinking in your mind of different things that you could then potentially do to get you started on your journey. And if you're someone that's listening or watching this and you've been on a health and fitness journey for quite some time, I want you to think about all the different people that maybe you can help, inspire, or motivate along the way. The thing that I've learned about this health and fitness journey is that we never know who we're inspiring. We never know who's watching, and we never know what we're doing that's actually motivating or inspiring someone to really make their lives even better. And so I just want to encourage you, take the step today to be your best self because you deserve it. You deserve to have energy. You deserve to have confidence. You deserve to look in the mirror and smile. And I want you to know that just by taking that first step today and then building upon it every day to come after today, that is going to start forming the foundation, forming the path that will ultimately be the path to you achieving success. And so, again, this episode, it probably wasn't the normal length that they're going to be. I honestly didn't have a whole outlined agenda that we're going to talk about. But what I knew is that, man, this info right here needs to get out there to someone, because someone is on the fence right now. And it might not even be in your health and fitness journey. It might be in your career. It might be in just really honestly, so many different things that you should do something. You don't know exactly what that something is, but I want to encourage you just to take the first step. Take that first step and know that along the way, you're going to start achieving success. And so, as it relates back to the actual building that we're going to have for this podcast and the show, I'm super excited. And for any of you who are local that are wondering, so right at our central location, that building right next door to it, that is going to be where we have the actual production room where we shoot the episodes. My office will be there, and I'm also converting part of that building into like more of a learning type center, so that when I host my team trainings or really any trainings down the road, I can invite you in. We have the nice TV, the whiteboard, the seating, and we can come in and just really help you level up in your life, whether it be through health and fitness, whether it be through your mindset, and just realizing what you're capable in life is so much greater than what you've ever believed. I was talking with my team just a week or so ago, and I was talking to them, and I said, you guys, the level of success that I've had in my life and where I'm at currently in my life, that level of success has absolutely nothing to do with how smart I am, has absolutely nothing to do with what I know or the knowledge that I have. It has absolutely everything to do with one thing. And that one thing is that I have a passion for helping people become the best version of themselves. There's passion. And so I truly believe that if you can just pour your passion into whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in life, you will find success. So when it comes to your health and fitness journey, I want you to know that there are so many different things out there that you can do to be active. When you look around Sioux Falls, there are different yoga gyms, different cycling gyms, there are rowing gyms, there are CrossFit gyms, there are your average typical 24-hour gyms, there are cheap gyms, there are expensive gyms, there's aerobics classes, Zumba classes, water classes, so many different things out there to get your activity in, that I want to encourage you just to find something, find anything that you enjoy doing that moves your body, that makes you feel good about being active. And I know this, there's over 200,000 people in our town and in our surrounding area that FitBody and myself, with my direct business of FitBody, we can't do it on our own. We can't help all those lives on our own. And so I'm excited because in the upcoming shows and episodes of the Fit and Healthy Sioux Falls show, my goal is to get other gym owners on here. It's to get other entrepreneurs on here that have like mindsets. It's to get other success stories and other people on here that are going to just help pour into your life. And so honestly, I consider this show a win if whenever you watch an episode, you pick up maybe one or two little nuggets that you can implement into your life to then help you on your health and fitness journey. And the one or two nuggets I want you to pick up from this particular episode is you don't need to take perfect action, but you do need to take action. And so whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, I want you to think to yourself, I don't care what you don't have. I want you to think, what do you have? Do you have a water bottle? Boom, you can stay hydrated. That's a win. Do you have somewhere that you sleep at night? Hey, there's probably a floor, and you can do sit-ups, you can do push-ups, you can do squats, and you can do those right there. And in the beginning, it doesn't have to be a lot. Just start moving your body. And so I want to encourage you through this episode to take imperfect action. That's actually how this episode even got to be, is I took imperfect action. I took the resources that I had at hand and I made this episode happen. I hope that the video or the sound or wherever you're watching or listening to this wasn't so awful that you won't tune back in again. And I have high hopes that it won't be. But I want you to know that my goal is to help as many people here in our community in the surrounding area live a fit and healthy lifestyle and give them tools, tips, tricks, and ideas to implement into their life and just to encourage and motivate even more people. Because I know that when we come together, we can make our community the most fit and healthy community that's out there. I know we can do it. And I'm inspired that you took the time to watch or listen to this episode today. And I want you, as you leave this episode and as you go throughout your day to day, I want you to know that the biggest thing that's going to set you up for success is you just taking action, any action. Because if it's imperfect action, we can course correct along the way. So go out, take action today, be great today. Know that I believe in you, I care about you, and I'm rooting for you. So go out there, make today great. And I can't wait to see you on the next episode. The next episode, probably for the next several months, are going to be kind of shot this style as we're still working on getting that space built out. But then on one of the episodes, what I'll do is I'll actually do an episode where I actually pop up some images or go into detail about the show so that you can see it. But we're going to have a website for this podcast, and that website is super easy. It is siouxfalls.fit. That is where you can go right now as we speak, as this episode is being recorded. That website is under construction, but in the future, that website will be a website that you can go to, and you can find my vision for this is that when you go to that website, you can find all things happening in and around Sioux Falls to keep you moving towards your health and fitness goals, to keep you living an active lifestyle. What events are coming up? What different things are going on where you can just get the family involved or yourself involved, or there are different runs or races or anything coming up. That's my goal for that site. But again, it's siouxfalls.fit, and eventually it'll be an amazing website. Right now, like I said, it's under construction. But other ways that you can get a hold of me is obviously on social media, on Instagram or Facebook. CJ WorkCamp is my profiles. And then I do have a private Facebook group, and that is, private Facebook group that's called Fit and Healthy Sioux Falls. And the goal is that we'll be putting content and stuff in there as well. And that was kind of the first foundation that this whole thing was built off of. When I started that back in the day, it's kind of turned into honestly nothing. But over the course of time, my goal is that that becomes an awesome resource for our community in the surrounding area to really just share all the things happening, ideas. If your business is doing something that has any sort of health or fitness related aspect to it, like let's really get involved in that group and help each other out. So I want you to know that all you need to do today is take one step in the right direction towards the goals that you're trying to achieve. And again, like I said, I'm believing in you, I'm rooting for you, and I am cheering for you. So go out and make today great, and make sure that you subscribe or like or do whatever the thing is that you can do to make sure that you get notified on this podcast, because we're going to be dropping it. Ideally, it's going to be every week, but until we get the studio, or if you will, built out, it'll be every other week. So we will see you in 2 weeks. Later, friends. Bye-bye.